When I think about men, especially us as black men, I see a lack of self-will. There's no will because there's no direction. No direction because there's no direction giver. No duty being passed down for them to uphold. No one has showed them the value they came to this planet with to fight for. And I just feel that if someone would sit down with them and instill into them the direction, instruction, and challenge their views through alternatives that will benefit their people and themselves, then through that understanding, there will be change. That's why I started the program. I know for a fact that education is a key to bringing out of the youth a sense of identity, self-worth, and self-love. If you can get youth to see those qualities within themselves, then in turn they have the power to love and respect others and put their energy toward more positive things. Women have been carrying both roles, holding it down and doing too much for too long. Another reality that kept me pushing those 5 months, it took for me to get the program off the ground. It's so bad now that a lot of grandparents got to step back into the game as well. Sometime after we bought into the feminist movement as a people, it redisguised itself under a new name: independent women. Women who are, in my personal opinion, are subconsciously becoming more self-secure, more self-sufficient and more self-reliant, which is an absent role of the father, hence single women. I think a lot of times manhood isn't seen or represented in the correct way that it should be, like how I see it in, some brothers of mine. As a teacher, it is my job to embody what my students may not very well often see, physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's not easy, to keep that balance, but it's my love for them and the desire for myself to be a father, husband, and community leader that keeps me alive, at least keeps my will very much alive. Teachers are keepers of the truth. Only teach it they might achieve. That's the whole purpose and the only purpose. One summer, 3 locations down, 6 weeks each. Sometimes it does get hard, especially being single. But I know she's out there. And soon I'll have the support I need to keep going. But for now, support and guidance comes from voices from afar.
One of the things that we again, in our efforts to analyze, we often forget the whole picture. The problem in our communities is probably most painfully felt in the absence of fathers and husbands. So when we talk about the absent or the reduced presence of black men, invariably we are talking about women without men, and we are talking about children without fathers. But do you realize all of the other roles that men play where we are also missing? Men are also sons, and mothers need their sons, especially when they start getting old. They need those sons there. Grandmothers need their grandsons. Grandfathers need their grandsons. Sons need their grandsons, need their grandfathers. These are very intricate and very important relationships that go beyond just the superficial. Brothers, you need your brother. Sisters need brothers, brothers need brothers. Because what happens in families in terms of the whole building of how we get along with each other and what we do and the dynamics of that, sometimes the sisters can go to the sisters, but sometimes the sisters just need their brother there. They need a brother there. Brothers need the brothers there. Uncles need to be there. We need uncles. Nephews need their uncles. Nieces need their uncles. We need all of these relationships. And one of the areas where we are having the biggest difficulty is that not only have we lost all these family relationships, we've lost the importance role that men play in friendships. You know, since there are so few men, there are almost no men available for sisters to have just as friends. You see, if you can get a man, you better make him a lover and quick. I mean, that's the kind of mentality that's there. But women need friends who are men. Men need friends who are men. One of the problems with our marriages is that we overload them with making them be everything. Women need men who they can be friendly with. I don't care whether it's an uncle, I don't care whether it's a man who's not related to her. She needs friendly men. What the energy does when we are together is very different. Simultaneously, in the same way that sisters who have a much better thing at this than we do, because there's still enough sisters around, sisters have friendships. That's what keeps them living. And it is out of the friendship that we begin to build the camaraderie that's able to build a community. We must think, we must plan, we must have logic, we must have an understanding of how to put things together in reasonable ways. Conferences like this don't come about by people just feeling good. You know, the sister said, like people say, Akbar's a preacher. I don't just preach, I be thinking. These be hard ideas. And don't confuse me with them preachers don't do nothing but sweat and scream and holler. That ain't what we're doing here. We are using an African modality to try to mold a new form of thought that is holistic, thought that brings emotion and logic along with it, understanding that the two things are compatible, that we can feel and think at the same time, and we can think and change feelings and feel and change thinking, and all of that is a critical part of understanding. And that's a part of the other dimension. So brothers don't just need to be able to play basketball and football. They need to understand astrophysics and philosophy. They need to understand that. Brothers, you can't simply be good businessmen. You've got to be philosophical men. That was the thing that Ellis and I used to talk about all the time. Look, I don't care how good you are on Wall Street. If you don't have any kind of philosophical understanding of how Wall Street is being used as an instrument to destroy the world, then you are an instrument of that destruction without understanding. You need to understand that. We have got to go back to understanding that our people have got to be educated. We don't, the National Society of Black Engineers, one of the most valuable organizations in this country. Those brothers and sisters are awesome because they took the fragmented learning of the technology of the Western world and converted it and transformed it into a holistic system whereby they understand now that technology must work in conjunction with ethics, with ideals, with principles, with community building, community reorganization. And they are now about to go into the 21st century, and there will be a whole new definition of technology because of the National Society of Black Engineers. They are brothers and sisters who understand the connection between being whole. The third dimension, we must be spiritual. Yes, we must be spiritual. Now please understand, this ain't religion. You see? Now religion is one of many ways of stimulating, activating, and ascending spiritually. Good religion helps you build a bigger spiritual consciousness, if it's good religion. If it doesn't do that, it ain't good religion. But it is not religion that makes you spiritual. It is the aspiration for spiritual growth that guides you to seek religion. If the religion feeds that, then it works for you. We must understand in this spiritual consciousness, we must understand the idea of ethics. Yes, there is a right and wrong. You can't do what you want to do because you want to do it. None one of us in here belongs to ourselves. We were brought here and maintained here because people died to make this moment present. You are not sitting in Colony Square because you cute or because you got a gold card. You are sitting here because black folks who would never get in here died in the streets of Atlanta kicking down doors to get you in here. Listen, listen, listen. Because you are at the University of Michigan, because you are at Stanford, because you're at Berkeley, because you're at Harvard, you think you're there because you're smart, you're a fool. You are dumber than you think you are. You are there because black folks have given centuries centuries to make it possible for you to get inside. So who does that training belong to? Does it belong to you so you can go to Wall Street to make a dime? Hell no, it belongs to us. Bring your skills back to us. That's the ethics that must guide you.